Good morning. It's 6 a.m. It is time for my daily live show, The Procrastinator's Guide to Life. This is my daily attempt to start the day well, to get going and stay going for the whole day. So we are 4 days in. This is episode 4. And I am live every weekday at 6 o'clock. What we do is really, really simple. Get up, have a chat, I share a tip, and then I bring a guest on and they share a tip. And that's it. It's about doing things in a practical and kind of positive way at the start of the day for the rest of the day. Good morning, Mike Boss. Now, this is really so. There is a very particular crowd of people who are up at this time of the day, and it's good. I really love seeing us all up because I'm an early riser by nature. So I really enjoy this time of the day, as I've said many times before. Now, you may be one of these people who does these sort of, he has like a morning ritual. My sort of, I've tried those morning rituals in the past. So, you know, the kind of, I can't think what it's called now. Something like, what's it? There's like a name for it, basically, where you get up and do 5 things, like read a bit of a book or do a bit of exercise. And it's got a miracle morning. There we go. That's the one. I got there eventually. I've tried it, found it hard to sustain. Partly because I really value this time of the day for one, just sort of getting going and doing things, but also it's a bit of time for me to get on with a bit of work stuff, a bit of life stuff, and perhaps the structure of that sort of miracle morning I find a little bit restricted. But this is great. I get to get up and be present. I get to do a bit of sort of promotional work on the business, like here. This is all part of my marketing strategy. Sorry, but it is also something I love doing. So this week we have been talking about testimonials. All of my tips have been talking about testimonials. Now, next week you're going to start to see guests appearing on the show because this week I just wanted to get going. I thought to myself, I could put off starting it until I've got all the pieces in place. I've got all of my guests lined up. I've got all of my sort of assets to wrap around the video, this video content, right? Or I could just get on with it and build it as I go along, and sort of you'll see this develop both in its look and feel. The format, I think, is set. I think we've got a format. The format is clear cut. And that was important because I wanted to have a very clear purpose and a very clear structure to sort of adhere to each day, because it makes getting up and going live at this time that much easier if I've got a bit of a repeatable structure. And those of you who are either on my challenge week or are coming into Video Academy are going to be learning about all of that, and indeed doing all of that. And Mike Boss, we are going to get you doing live video. If it's the last thing I do, because you're good at it, you'll be great at it. Okay, so this is probably going to be a slightly shorter episode today, and I think that's okay, because until we get the guests coming in, the structure is somewhat curtailed. But I've been talking about video testimonials all this week. That's been the focus of my tips, partly because it's on my mind. I'm doing a bunch for myself, and that's been really productive. But the tip I want to share sort of follows on from the other ones that we've had this week, and this is the idea of when you've got your client in front of a camera, and you do a video, usually what tends to happen is you'll work through a series of questions, and those questions will provide you with a bunch of different answers, and you'll edit those answers up into a testimonial. And what I like to do is I like to do a long form interview, and then what I do with that video. Now, I generally tend to take the approach that in that conversation with the client, we are going to be getting lots of different sort of insights into the steps along the way, the journey that they take with us as providers. So whilst we definitely do a kind of a long cut with that takes into account a lot of the things that person's saying, what I tend to do is chop up lots of little bits. So we do a long interview and get multiple different edits from it, and those will slot in at different points of the journey. So at the different points of the buying journey. So you will see on one of the earlier videos this week, we talked about that sort of relationship between the customer voice, the client voice coming in at different points along a potential buyer's journey. So they're hearing from them at multiple points along the way, from never having heard of you before to being a client. And yes, you can take that sort of testimonial video interview with a customer and turn it into a long cut and sort of just have it there at a particular moment. Or what you can do, and I think this is a better way to use it, you take out lots of little bits that are relevant to people at different steps of the journey and you deploy them accordingly. So it's kind of long interview, multiple edits. This makes it of much greater value to you as a business owner, in terms of, the content you're getting out of that process, but also it makes it much more watchable, because these can be like sort of 1 minute 30 clips that just give little insights. It could be things like, did you get return on investment? Was it easy? What was the customer experience like? These little points, and whilst they would all cut together to create a long interview, they can be used individually, separately, to give insight and build trust around a particular buying point. So customers are going to have questions. Obviously, that's normal and right and good. People ask questions before they buy you, and I don't necessarily like the idea of objection handling, because I don't want to be handling anybody. I want to be giving people good information so they can be making good, well understood decisions. I'm not looking to dupe anyone into buying from me. I don't need to handle an objection. What I want to do is give people good information, good knowledge about the value that I deliver. And so those short clips, those short testimonials, those short case study clips will slot in along the way and help people address those concerns, those thoughts, those questions they have themselves. So there we go. Did that all make sense? I hope it did. It made sense to me. So I will say, if you are interested in being a guest, then I would love to have you along as a tip giver in the morning. Send me a message, or you should see on this post. Yes, there is a link to a paper form. I'll chuck it here in the comments as well. Perfect, thanks, says Mike Boss. Well, that is very kind. Making perfect sense is something that I rarely do, so that's nice to know. We are in the process of going through a whole bunch of testimonials for over the years at the moment, and because I'm sort of rebuilding, well, not rebuilding, just building a new website, and it's a little bit of taking my own medicine at the moment on a lot of these points, as I realise that as is the case with a lot of us, when we're doing our own thing, we do a lot of that work for clients, but sometimes perhaps neglect the work for ourselves. And so I decided it was time to firmly take my own medicine, which is actually partly what this show is about. This is one of the things I teach, helping people do this and do this effectively and do this in a way that will generate money for their business. And so I really need to be seen to be doing it myself. And actually, like I say, I really enjoy this, and this takes the place of my content and cocktails on a Thursday evening. So instead of going live this evening, I've been doing a short live every weekday, which suits me right down to the ground. So 2 things I want to talk to you about. 1, Video Academy course. So we are down to the last few days: Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, closes on Monday, and then the course starts. So we're very close to the end of enrollment for Video Academy. If you would like to join Video Academy, give me a comment, or you'll see in various places links to join the sales page, where you can come and have a look and find out what the course is about. There's lots of different ways that this can benefit your business. Video Academy is not about just giving you a whole bunch of information about video making and marketing. It is about giving you processes. It is about giving you templates to follow in order to make this work for your business, but done in a sort of a group coached, a mentored way. You've got the support of people around you who are on a similar journey, but also the support of people who've also done this journey, because we have we have Video Academy alumni in the space as well. So it's a great way to use video in a purposeful way that is focused on delivering value and money on the bottom line for your business. So that's what I'm sort of, that's what I'm selling at the moment. And I believe this course can help lots of different people, particularly in the coaching, the course creator space, the sort of solo entrepreneur space. It's particularly good for those kind of businesses, because a lot of people in this space, and I was one of these people, really hated the idea of getting visible with video, because ultimately a lot of the problems with people's businesses stem from the fact that not enough people know about them. And this is primarily what this is about. This is about visibility, being seen, being understood by more people, and video is just the best way to do that. And it meshes so nicely with so many other marketing strategies. So spending a few months mastering this subject, this way of selling your business, will be priceless. I promise you. So come and join Video Academy. It is potentially transformative. You've got to do the work, obviously. You've actually got to do it. It's not one of these courses where you buy it and magically it sort of transmits its knowledge into your brain and you don't have to do anything. It just kind of happens. There is work to be done, as is the case with all these things. So that's it. Come and join Video Academy. It'll be great. You see, that's my sell. Every video you do, every content you create should have a call to action. If it's not, it's just sort of blasting content out into the void, hoping that somebody will see it and then make the connection themselves. We've got to be explicit about how we communicate our value and things we sell. There's a second tip. Wow, what value? So I will see you tomorrow for the final video of this week, this first inaugural week. And what you're going to see next week is the look and feel starting to evolve. You'll start to see branding appear and kind of a visual identity to the show will start to develop. Because at the moment it's quite bare bones, and I'm taking a minimum viable dose approach to it. It appears to be good. People tuning in. I've got some, had some nice comments. I can see there are a decent amount of people watching, and I like it. I'm enjoying it. So I've proved to myself that this is something I want to do more of. Now it's time to expand the kind of the look and feel of it a bit. So have a fantastically productive day ahead of you, and enjoy it and get lots done. And thank you for being here and starting the day well with me. So I will see you tomorrow.